Welcome back. This is our final segment for this morning. And this one is all about the William Dawson Sprite Basketball Tournament. The tournament is in its finals, at least it's going into its finals this weekend. And so we have joining us to speak about what can be expected as well as the journey that this tournament has undergone throughout the course of this year. We have none other than Mr. Douglas Hyde, who's the Youth Program Coordinator over at the Belize Police Department. We have Mr. Andrew Dawson, who is the Program Manager at LIU, as well as some of the key players, movers and shakers, the ones who this tournament couldn't be possible without the players. We have Mr. Rodville Gladden. I saw him on the coaching line this weekend, and so he's there with the Orange Court Generals. We have Mr. Isaiah Martinez, who's also a member of the Orange Court Generals. And then to the back, the man, the lone wolf from the Hard Rock Boys, Mr. Kevin Hamilton. So it's 2 against 1 in here this morning. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, morning.
All right, so first of all, let's start with you, Mr. Hyde. You've been one of the forward faces in this tournament. Let's take it back to, I believe, 3 years ago when we launched the William Dawson basketball tournament and the idea behind it.
2022.
2022, 23, 24. So 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Coming out of COVID, and I must say, well, good morning, by the way, sorry.
Good morning.
William Dawson, the late William Dawson, the whole LIU concept was created through the multi-sectoral approach of the government, looking at ways to deal with crime and violence at that time. Never forget the first meeting there in Belmopan at the Commissioner's office. All these directors and senior persons got together and we're looking at strategies and ways how to deal with crime and violence. And William, along with the Commissioner, looked at many programs or activities. One was suggested of the basketball tournament. We've been doing it from 2016, and due to COVID, we paused. And so the suggestion was to let's bring these teams from the different communities back together again. Since the whole issue of crime and violence was the whole turf wars and gang wars and stuff. So the suggestion came on the table and was fully supported by the different agencies, organizations, ministries, that let's do the tournament. And William was very much forceful at that time about let's do it how Douglas know to do it. Get together and get these guys. So we started that back. In 2022, we started with roughly, I think it was 14 teams, 16 the most. And then 2023, we went to 18 teams. And now 2024, we are 26 teams.
Wow.
260 players playing every Saturday and Sunday for the past 4 months. Almost 210 games played over this period of time. We've not missed a weekend, thankfully to all these guys. Of that 26 teams, 19 of them are Belize city based, and 7 of them are from the villages, starting from Mahogany Heights, Rockville, Hattieville, Barrelboom, Sand Hill, Lords Bank, and 8 Miles community.
I wanted to, because you were talking about the growth of the amount of teams that have competed, but what has it done for the discipline of these young men?
And I will just reach at that point. Very importantly, this year, I must go on the record by saying this tournament, for the first time, we had no one got killed, and no one was arrested for murder or attempt murder, for the first time.
Wow.
And that is a great success because part of it is to look at peace building, and the late William highlighted that it's intervention through sports. And for the first time we had this result, and I'm very happy that these guys hold what we promised. We will do our part and they do their part. Yes, the games have been intense. Yes, there are some challenges internally, but we've seen how, as you mentioned, the growth. These players, of course, come from various different communities, and so different attitude, different behaviors, these different stuff, but we've done our best to make sure that Along with dealing with some of those issues, it comes with structures. So we have police officers, and I must give kudos to our police officers, specifically Eastern Division officers and those of the SPU and the GI3 unit, who have helped us to make sure that safety and security is paramount. The community policing officers who are there to support the work, along with the LIU officers. Those are very much important for safety and security, and we've seen how that have helped us.
While the tournament was established to tackle gang violence, over the years I've grown to appreciate these young men as community members. Regardless of what community you're from versus gang members per se, in that while there may be a small percentage that might say, yeah, I had a part of this crew, I had a part of this clique, a large percentage of them are just in the situation they're in as a result of the community they've grown up in. Not by choice. This is how my family set roots, in a sense. And so this is where I grew up in, and not necessarily identify with being a member of a gang.
Which you're right.
And is that a fair assessment?
You're totally right. Most of that 260 amount of players that play in this tournament, surely not 260 are gang members.
Yeah, or identify as that.
Yeah.
Some of them are. Most of them are positive role models in their community. And I use that word because they are.
Yeah.
Some of them are leaders positively in their own way. And for example, Mr. Gladden here, he's a coach.
Yeah.
He's a leader of his community, and he has decided to bring together his team to play in different competition, but for the first time they are in this tournament and have reached to the highest point. And that speaks volume of what the tournament is, bringing different teams, different communities together to compete against each other positively.
Make no mistake, these guys are very competitive.
You've seen the games?
Very competitive. So it reminds me of when you go into a community and you play ball on the community basketball court, right? And so I want to bring, first before we get the players, I want to bring Mr. Dawson into the conversation. As the program manager of the LIU, talk a bit about how this tournament has helped in the efforts that the LIU push forward.
Right. So, of course, as Brother Hyde mentioned, it's an inclusive tournament, right? We not only have individuals who may be identified as gang members, we have police officers, we have a cross-section of society. It breaks barriers down, not only for the separate communities, but the individuals who participate on the teams, right? Because, of course, before the entire tournament started, we had the life skills component, right? We had the guys come together as a team, and share some of their experiences that they were exposed to. So it starts that conversation on how we can unite and be team players, not only on the court, but in our communities. So definitely it adds to the intervention aspect as it relates to LIU, because of course the sports is just a vehicle for our broader programs that we want to get in these communities.
Let's hear from the young men, though, because we've been talking about what your mentors and your coaches have been seeing you in terms of your growth, but for your personal lives and your personal growth, what has this competition done for you?
Well, basically it changed a lot for me. I come out, meet new people, and it's very competitive, I want to say. That right there.
Yeah.
From back.
Well, for me, basically, I played in the tournament for a long period of time. Like he said, we actually meet new people, like areas where you wouldn't normally go, you get to meet new people from there. You sit up on the street, they will actually hail you because we have a mutual respect, not only because we know but we are also competitive on the court, right then. So eventually, I just like the tournament because everybody just get together, and a good feeling when you have a lot of people from different areas come together and play basketball, hold a vibe together. That's a good feeling.
How long have you guys been competing in this tournament from the beginning?
My second year.
Second year.
Oh, he's a coach.
You're a coach.
Yeah,
Sorry about
yeah,
that,
he more on the side.
Personally, I think it started 2016, if I'm not mistaken, and I had to play from 2017. But then the COVID gave it a little pause, and then we'll get back in it.
So then, coach, let's talk about how you have been instrumental in assisting these young men prepare for the games and so forth.
Perhaps even why you decided to step up.
And be coach.
Well,
yeah.
why I step up and be coach? I think I'm a coach for what, 11 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, I've taken people outside to get scouting. I've been on the show multiple times.
Yes.
But this year, my guys told me that, we did everything. We almost win all the different tournaments. What happened to police tournament? So I was skeptical at first because, like Mr. Hyde said, all I heard about, but out of gang people, they are brand new, and they put the police, they want to start to harass, And I went to the meetings, I went to the life skills, and that was one of my first questions. Will we be branded
As gang members?
As gang members, and that were really nice tournament because you get to meet different people. You even get to understand the people where they classify as gang people. Some of them, you get to understand that really and truly they just want to have something to do.
Yeah.
And this tournament really put them out there and they enjoy it. And then they still say, we're not even a brand, nobody has no gang member. No, we know no basketball players. We know, we see you on news, we see what you do for the community. See how we so that's something where I really enjoy. The time you have to prepare, you have to get yourself ready. I know not all teams get themselves like me, and I get all anxious when time for me to team. I know the team, that really good team. I call my guys then from 6 in the morning. Sometimes I day up at the call and the guys are like, Coach, we just done play that game yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So
let's
but I wanted to, because you brought up a very important point, Coach, about being branded, this tournament, what it does. So, Mr. Hyde, here's my question to you. How do we change that perspective of Belizeans when it comes to this particular game? Because it's trying to reform and assist young men, but they're still being labeled. So how do we change this particular perception?
I love the concept of the LIU in terms of its multi-sectoral approach. The LIU task is to work with these different communities. The basketball tournament is one activity that assists these young men. The truth about it, we will never reach a point where I think you will take away the steroid of these different neighborhoods. What we can do is to help people realize that there's more to these young men than what some people may perceive about them. Because you come from a neighborhood means that you're that person or a type of person. I myself come from a neighborhood, and I myself is a product and a positive product of that neighborhood. And so for me, I think about the opportunities that were given to me, and so I take that opportunity back to these guys to show them that once given that opportunity, people want to see that positive side of you. Too many times in the past, we highlighted negative stories of the communities of these young men. And so this tournament is highlighting the positive. If we continue to push this narrative of showing where we want to go with these young men, that's the next step. For example, some of our young men who participated in our tournament went to El Salvador to play in the Gwenlee's team. 3 of them. And that was a good success story for us. As Mr. Gladden mentioned, that there are some of these players that go to Chetumal, Mexico, and participate in games right across our border. And we know that some of them are going to elevate to the semi-pro level, the elite level, based on their skills and talent. This is what we are highlighting. This is what we are encouraging, because these young men literally are our sons, our cousins, our relatives. No bad egg. These are just sometimes young persons who had the bad decision or make the wrong choices. Here comes now, we are giving them a better way. And so if we continue to emphasize that through the LIU, through the police department, through the Department of Youth Services, National Sports Council, these different entities that plays a role in communities, continuing highlighting our young people, the success stories. Of course, people are seeing me, Douglas Side, Mr. Gladden, Raheem, Fish differently when we go into the different communities.
We're listening to you, but we're also watching
the game. Yes.
And it's good ball being played there.
Yeah.
This game was
that was a hype game.
Sunday.
Yeah.
This is one of the
Semi-finals.
semi-final matches. And I heard coach talking about a bit of anxiousness when you know you're going to play a good team. Well, this weekend, you guys are playing in the finals against my boy back there and his team, Hard Rock Boys. They are back-to-back champions, and they're looking for a three-peat. And the only thing that stands in their way are you guys, right? so competition stiff. I want to hear from Mr. Hamilton just a bit about how prepared your team is mentally and physically to secure a third back-to-back victory.
Well, I could talk for most of my team. We actually always confident in what we do something. Because at the end of the day, like we said, we're the back-to-back champs.
Yeah.
We have to try make a dynasty.
Of course.
Yes,
like
yes.
all the games there, no matter who you play against in the tournament, all the games are difficult because everybody could play ball. That's who could get it together the longest. So, Orange Court to bring it, we to bring it.
Not to give out all of your secrets, and not to give out all of your secrets.
Orange Court now. So without giving away secrets, what did you go into this game thinking?
First of all, without giving a secret, but first of all, we watch multiple times, well, me, especially as the coach, watch multiple times the game where Hard Rock play and see how we could utilize whatever mistakes or whatever opening they give to we, you know. And that's how I prepare myself. I know they're not back-to-back champs because last year, actually, for the finals, the team when they did the finals against, actually they called me for coach there.
Wow.
Right? So I know what they bring. And this year, I don't think that I want to get that championship this year.
Mr. Martinez, what are you thinking? What do you think?
Well, first of all, very tough team.
Yeah.
Fish.
Yeah.
Basically, we call everything.
Yeah, correct.
We call everything for them. We know that they be a very competitive game.
Yeah.
Right now with a friend, but when we reach the court with another friend.
That's usually how it goes. Yes.
So you don't come for just lay down and take a beating.
No.
Then they come
Come.
fight. Yes.
We want this double. We want it.
If you right now,
Yeah, we want that.
we need it.
I love that though, because it sounds like it's good camaraderie, good sportsmanship. We are excited for this game. You're training really, really hard. And
Tell
it's
us a
very
bit
commendable.
about what
Sunday.
won the game.
We call it Championship Sunday. Finally, we're here. We'll kick off at 2 p.m. at the Yabra Green basketball court, which is right by Wesley College. We started at Yabra, and so we were finishing at Yabra. Beautiful Yabra, hoping for the best with the weather. So the first game, which is the Hattieville Underdogs versus Dan One, they were the two #1 teams in the tournament in Group A and Group B. So they are playing for the third place, which is the $2,000. And then at 3 p.m., we play for the championship game, the defending champions, going for the first time, three-peat, Hard Rock versus the young and upstart Orange Coat Generals. And I said that because they are young and upstart. And they're very energized in this competition, so I look for a good game. Immediately after the game, the final game, we go into the closing ceremony, where we hand out the prizes, which is the trophies, and first prize is $5,000, second prize is $3,000, and the third prize is $2,000. I must give recognition to our sponsors and support, please.
Right there.
And I have to recognize first Paul and George.
Big up George.
Yes,
Big up
they
George.
go every weekend almost.
We look forward
for
to this Sports Monday.
tournament.
And even when I know the day, George is there.
And I must say thanks because the teams look forward to see themselves Monday,
Yeah.
right, on Sports Monday. And I must say thanks a lot for Channel 5 support to our tournament. Recognizing the Ministry of Home Affairs and New Growth Industry, our Minister likewise, Honorable Karim Musa, the LIU, the Director of LIU and her team likewise, the Commissioner of Police and the police officers who work with us. We look at the Department of Youth Services, National Sports Council, Rotary Club of Belize, the Dolphin Production, the basketball district, Belize District Basketball Association, very important for us. The officials and referees, big thank you to them. Social Security, Power Aid, and very important, Sprite, who has never let us down from day one with the support. I'd like to also recognize that key persons, Dr. Lerna McKay, she's been one of those persons technically have been supporting me from day one. We have Mr. Jerome Mejia, from Yabra, who is the manager of the Yabra Football Club, very supportive of us. Miss Barbara Keel from the National Sports Council. These are key people who have been working with us, the community of Yabra. Some people ask you how we do it. These people religiously every Saturday and Sunday, they go and help prepare the court. Clean off the court, fix up the court, set up the chairs, set up the desks, the equipments and these things. These are the community of Yabra that helps out. Cooking likewise, I must give kudos to those people in the Yabra community for this big support. And overall, thank God, because again, He have carried us through these weeks, been very challenging, very intense, I must say. As a person who coordinates and head it, I could tell you that I have some real challenging times. But the success, as I have always mentioned, is that we get through. Paul noticed we've done the football, we've done the basketball. It's no easy task. These groups, these different communities, not just easy to bring them together. And I want nobody think that it's just a walk in the park. To have them just in one venue is a challenge. To reach this literal results of this level is really a serious
and we
result.
commend you for this wonderful tournament and experience, and we wish you all the very, very, very best. And I guess I look forward to seeing Paul on Sunday. And then we catch it live on Monday. But gentlemen,
I've seen many times when Mr. Hyde does have to keep a level head, even when there's some very tense
and then
situation.
coach the ball on the sideline.
I heard the ball out the coach on the sideline.
But gentlemen, we do have to wrap up our show this morning. But thank you all so much. Best of luck to all the teams. We are find out who win on Sunday, right? All right, guys. But we also want to say a big thank you to all of our guests for coming in and having the conversation with us this morning. And thank you to the viewers for tuning in and starting your morning right with us here on Open Your Eyes. It is October 24th, and if it is your birthday today, we want to say a happy birthday to you from all of us here at OIE and Channel 5. And if you have a birthday shout out or just a question or a comment, you can drop us a line right here at OIE@channel5belize.com.
You could also catch us on Facebook live every single morning at Open Your Eyes BZ.
And check out our highlights on Instagram at OIE Belize. And of course, do us a favor and join us again tomorrow when you open your eyes.
And start your morning right.
Be sure to keep your eyes, your minds,
and your hearts open.
We'll see you soon, Belize. Have a wonderful day. Take care.
Was brought to you by Smart, bringing people together, and the Belize Bank, our country, your bank.